It's a very strange world we live in today. Arguably, Cardano has the most human-centric mission, yet seems to divide opinion massively within the industry. Some vehemently despise it, others are not bothered by it yet remain uninterested, and for the rest, that's us that forms the Cardano community, have been completely captivated by its fundamental objective to change the systems of the world for everyone, anywhere, something that will prove to be extremely significant in the years to come. This, coupled with its best-in-class technology, growing number of DApp developers building out innovative applications, thousands of SPOs maintaining the network, and a huge community of creators, developers, and contributors who at least spend a part of their day by adding some kind of value to the ecosystem, this undoubtedly for anyone with an ounce of foresight makes Cardano a highly attractive proposition. See, whilst the technology is vital in seeing out this mission, and I think it's fair to say in Cardano we have that covered, the tech without a determined community to carry this forward is useless. So when I look around the blockchain industry, focusing solely on communities, Cardano stands alone and is proving to be stronger, more unified and capable in seeing out this mission that is mass adoption, as mass adoption fundamentally is at the core of its values and is what brought us all here in the first place. Welcome back for today's installment of Cardano Insights, where we track the all-important developments at the very pulse of Cardano and its ecosystem. So let's get straight into it. First up, and with community in mind, we're now just a few days out from the Rare Bloom event, which takes place between the 14th and 15th of October, that's Friday and Saturday of this week. Following on from the CNFT-Con, this marks the second big Cardano community-led event in a week and is going to be packed full of Cardano projects, special guests and community members showcasing the builders, innovators, creatives and contributors that are driving the growth of the Cardano ecosystem. Taking a look ahead at the agenda and some of the features I'm most looking forward to, on day one on the main stage we have a keynote speech from Charles, Champ Medici and Claymates discussing brand building and IP use, and a discussion with SingularityNet's Dr. Ben Goertzel. Day 2 will see Sebastian of DC Spark discussing Milkameda, Patrick of MMaker discussing NFTs, and Input Output's Alex Apeldoorn presenting the future of Lace Wallet. Now, this was just a snapshot of some of the items that stuck out for me, but there's a whole host of interesting discussions that will be taking place across the 2-day event. So if you haven't checked it out already, I've linked the agenda in the description below. I know there are some Twitter spaces that will be taking place throughout the event. I'm not sure if all the discussions are going to be streamed live, but I'd imagine so if this is the case, we'll be sure to recap on all the highlights on Cardano Insights after the weekend. So this brings me to what may well prove to be the highlight and is probably the most highly anticipated segment that will be coming out of the Rare Bloom event, the introduction and, as I understand it, launch of IOG's Lace Wallet. I'm pretty sure Charles did say previously that 1.0 would be launched at the event, but I can't really find anything concrete to confirm if this is going to be the case, but feel free to educate me in the comments either way. Now, you may remember the initial unveiling of Lace was presented by Charles at Consensus earlier this year with a view to launch late summer. Yesterday, Lace put out this tweet and short video surrounding the wallet's development. Presented by IOG's Eric Zolliger, Senior Content Editor from Marketing and Communications, during the short 2-minute presentation, he outlined some of the steps that have been taken to build out Lace 1.0. Through extensive research and engaging with the community, IOG talked with wallet users around the world to understand which features they valued most highly and, importantly, what they wanted to see feature in Lace Wallet. After creating a user interface, they extensively tested this prototype with users so that they could receive feedback on exactly what could be improved. After continued testing and refining the product, Lace 1.0 was born, and as a result, IOG believe right out the gate the community is going to love what is being delivered here. In version 1, the focus has been heavily weighted towards features that would deliver the best light wallet experience. For example, easy viewing of NFTs, transaction history, and ability to send, receive, and manage your digital assets. In addition, all Lace users will be able to connect to dApps and participate in native staking. Lace will also offer an expanded view for an easier activity overview, sidebar for seamless navigation, and side module for more information. But the product designers at Lace will continue to make improvements based on community feedback and have many new features in the pipeline for later releases, which includes a DApp store and dedicated voting center to participate in governance or delegate your vote to DREPs. They also are working on an on-chain registration mechanism that will enable users to check the origin, ownership and certification of dApps. Still to come, Lace will activate dark mode functionality, mobile and desktop apps, decentralized identity integration, fiat on and off ramps, sidechain connectivity, multi-sig capability, and a whole lot more. So who else is excited for Lace? I certainly am, and from everything I'm seeing in terms of the user interface, features that are going to be made available in version 1, the whole host of improvements in the pipeline and unique functionality still to come, I think Lace will very quickly set the standard and become the go-to wallet for the majority of Cardano users. Next up, and check this out, you know on Cardano Insights we enjoy focusing on the big developments in our ecosystem concerning the larger projects or dApps and main rollout of the Cardano roadmap, but it's equally important to shed light on the smaller development teams, or in this case individuals, building interesting projects or that are bringing unique features to our ecosystem. So here we have Alessio, who is a single pool operator of DevPool, whose mission is to focus on supporting education and career development in Africa. In this tweet he announced, "Hello Cardano people, I have implemented a Telegram bot that will notify you about transactions happening within your wallet. It's still in beta, please give it a try, any feedback is really appreciated." He goes on to confirm the software is open source, providing a GitHub link, and states the bot will never store any information about the Telegram account, only the chat ID between the user and the bot is saved, which is just a random number. Here you can see a screenshot of the Telegram bot in action that enables Cardano users to receive notifications about transactions occurring in their wallets. You will see each notification seemingly details the transaction address, whether or not it's sent or received, date, time, fee, and input amount. I thought this was a pretty neat piece of development and a great example of the hands-on approach community developers are taking in building out useful applications for the wider ecosystem. Now to another Cardano developer building out an interesting application on the Cardano blockchain. You may remember in recent weeks we covered Mercury Chat, the Cardano wallet-to-wallet messaging system. Well, developments at Mercury Chat keep coming. Here in this update they confirm we have the most exciting update to Mercury Chat yet. Not only can you use Mercury Chat from our website, you can now use Mercury Chat from any Cardano DApp. Any Cardano DApp can install our new NPM package and have access to in-app Mercury Chat. So any Cardano DApp that chooses to integrate with Mercury Chat, which consists of 2 lines of code, will have the Mercury Chat icon displayed within their DApp interface. This will enable users to open up the Mercury Chat window whilst in other Cardano DApps and continue communicating with other Cardano users at their leisure. So far, one Cardano DApp, being PixelPage, has integrated the chat service, but it will be interesting to see if any larger DApps, or for instance NFT Marketplace, choose to also integrate Mercury Chat, where I think it could be especially useful. Now, there is an argument for each DApp or platform themselves building out their own solution to in-app messaging that would prevent one entity controlling the majority of Cardano chats. But what Mercury Chat have so far delivered is definitely a great piece of early stage development in terms of Cardano messaging in our ecosystem. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'd be interested to hear if any of you have already used this application. Now, there's certainly something brewing in terms of World Mobile and the launch of the first aerostat balloon in Zanzibar. In recent weeks, we've seen both Mickey Watkins and Chief Architect James Tagg appear at Messari's mainnet conference in a 30-minute discussion on all things World Mobile. I have to say this video on Messari's YouTube channel is criminally underviewed. I think at the time of filming, it only had about 550 views. It's linked in the description below if you want to go show some love there. A real interesting discussion that really encapsulated everything World Mobile are about, what they're determined to achieve, and importantly, exactly how they're going about achieving it. Then yesterday, Mickey featured at GitX Global in Dubai. World Mobile tweeted, "Today our very own Mr. Telecoms owned the stage in Dubai, inspiring attendees by telling the story of how we're connecting the unconnected with aerostat balloons across Africa." Next up today, he'll be appearing at the Future Blockchain Summit, also being held in Dubai. So with Mickey touring and owning the stages at some of the most significant blockchain events around the world, spreading the word on World Mobile far and wide, the last we heard that we're just waiting on the final papers to give the green light to launch. So maybe these recent big stage appearances are a sign that we are now extremely close to that all-important announcement where history is going to be made. Finally today, and to an interesting mint happening at book.io that I think demonstrates perfectly the power that can be harnessed from a community. Here we have Thorpe Brown, one of the members of the Ape Society NFT collection, arguably one of the strongest NFT communities that has formed within the Cardano ecosystem. But this segment is about books. Well, it would seem Ape Thorpe Brown has turned author of the book Your Reality is a Construction. Now, as far as I understand it, the owner of the Thorpe Brown NFT has used this avatar, created a profile for it, and in turn become one of the most recognizable apes in the Ape Society, offering daily reflections in questioning reality, posting music and art he himself has composed, and a collection of other pieces using the Thorpe Brown NFT in various ways to engage and interact with the Ape Society members. Interestingly, the man behind the avatar is an experimental psychologist and neuroscientist who became a part of the Ape Society community and since then fell in love with the project and community that has formed around it. Rather than writing the book using his real-life identity, he decided to use Thorpe Brown as first and foremost he was inspired by the art and found inspiration from the society itself, which ultimately resulted in him authoring the book as Thorpe Brown. In a recent Twitter space, the author explained that during the middle of the pandemic, he personally experienced an existential crisis, suffering a deep depression, finding himself questioning his own reality. This in turn inspired him to write this book. The book is structured with an introduction to each stage and a collection of reflections which breaks down the 4 stages he experienced when going through this crisis. Stage 1 being questioning and deconstructing everything, Stage 2 waking up, Stage 3 reconstructing reality, then to Stage 4, living life to the fullest. Within the 4 sections, they're made up of roughly 90 reflections, one for each day of the year, so 365 reflections in total. In collaboration with Book.io, the book will be minted as an NFT asset, and I think this is a great example of how an individual has taken their NFT and Web3 personality and created something of value off the back of it to then give back to the community. So if deep philosophical thinking is your thing and you want to help support the creator, the initial mint takes place today at 9 PM UTC for Ape Society holders for 45 ADA each, and tomorrow the public mint at 9 PM UTC for 55 ADA each. A total of 2,000 unique books with 16 unique covers will be minted. So that's it for today's installment of Cardano Insights, as we keep track of the developments and continue to spread those positive Cardano vibes. If you found value in the content and want to help me ride this YouTube algorithm, then please be sure to comment, share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, which will make a huge difference. We'll be back soon with your daily roundup. Until then, thanks for watching, have a great day, and as always, keep it Cardano.